Okay, quick, today we're talking about sandpaper. This new sandpaper I got, this old sandpaper I hate, and the standby that I got at Home Depot, and I got a whole ton of it on sale. So if you want to watch that, stick around. If not, you can go back to your shop, sand your own projects. Thanks for watching. Today we are talking about sanding. Oh, did you really just say that? We're not going to sand. Well, actually what we're going to do is we're going to talk about sandpaper. And what prompted that is this. Come on, focus, baby. Anyway, a wood turner sanding box that I just got full of Abranet. And so by wood turners, might be more suited for pen turners. But I got some of this out and I tried it on a pen last night and I think it is just super cool. So anyway, what Abranet is a see-through, it's kind of like a screen mesh, like on your screen door, your screen windows. See-through, so when you sand with it, if it gets full, you can just kind of flick it and the dust will come out, or you can blow it out. Because of that, it lasts a lot longer and it keeps the part cooler. I was actually turning on a pen at a higher speed. So the box has got 180, 240, 320, 400, 500 grit. And I used it up all the way. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, another thing I've used in the past is this. Not recommended unless you're just doing rough stuff. My experience with this, it's got 150, 240, 320, and 400. My experience with this is it will rough the project down and get to shape really quickly, but then as I go through the grits, I always see one great big glaring scratch from like the 150 or the 220 that it didn't get out with the subsequent grits. So I don't like this stuff. It's a multi-pack abrasive rolls, and it was actually 20 bucks, whereas this says 51, but I know I got it on sale. So at the store that's just like Woodcraft, well actually Woodcraft, they have sales on stuff all the time, and I think this was about 25. I think it was about half off. So I gave it a try. I really quite like it. And then the old standby is this box full of Norton 3X by 3 times longer, lasts 3 times better. This stuff has been pretty darn good for me. I've used a lot of it over the years. It's not necessarily different colors until you get into like the 600. So what I do is I cut a piece of it and I mark the back of it with a marker so I know what size it is. I'm also terrible at trying to save this stuff and use it over and over and over again and fake myself into thinking that, you know, 320 turns into 400 after a while. But that's one other thing to say about the Abranet is it seems like it seems like the only stuff that's marked on the back is the 240. So as I pulled this other stuff out, it says Mirka. So I guess that's who makes it. Mirka also makes awesome sandpaper just in and of its own right. I have a friend that uses that all the time. So anyway, when I pull this out, there's a little Velcro thing here that kind of keeps it in place. I will write on the back of it with a Sharpie, and that seemed to work pretty good. So anyway, thought I'd talk about sanding paper a little bit. Not actually sanding. Alright, well we're still talking about sandpaper. I was sanding a little bit and I forgot to mention these. These are pads made by Norton. This is P500 600, or for some reason P1500 1200 and P1800. And I do a wet sand with these, and I'll wipe it off between the grits. And it seems like when these are new, they sharpen up, or they sand up a puddle pretty well, and they seem to last me a while, especially on pens. I don't use them a whole ton, but those are some other sanding pads, sandpaper that I quite like, and I got these just at Woodcraft. So that's about it. I cut my strips about this long when I used this Norton paper for bowls and for bigger things. You can see how I cut them in about 2 inches long in the full length. So that's my take on sandpaper. I have a set of micro mesh pads. I got micro mesh paper that I got from Australia, from a turner down there. And I've used these a lot. Actually quite like them. So that's how that's kind of how I sand. Those are the products I like. Alright, so see, as I'm sanding, a little bit of stuff got built up on there, but so that's the 400, P500. Well, that's lucky. Look at that, the phone's ringing again. Let me just go right ahead and get that. But let's get back to your regularly scheduled program. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, do the YouTube thing by sharing, liking. Give me suggestions on what you want me to make. I'm kind of in the middle of a bunch of pens right now, but that's always fun.